Hey there, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your monthly astrological forecast for January 2024. And this month, Happy New Year, by the way, is all about you having a great deal of new stability, upgrades, and assistance coming your way and really just kind of transforming your whole world. In fact, there's going to be a lot of social landscape alterations for you to be ready to adjust to. It's going to be something consistent day out, day in, day out throughout the month of January. And you're going to find that this is going to be kind of lifting up all areas of your life at the same time. So work, health, home, love, social life, everything that you can imagine. And we'll talk a little bit more about why in a second. And you're also going to find that there's a lot of new relationship territories and norms that you're going to start integrating into the relationships you have or traversing into as new ones show up, depending on what's going on in your life at present. And we start this all off with Mercury turning direct in the sign of Sagittarius on the 1st of the month, and will be here through the 13th. And Venus will also be in the sign of Sagittarius through the 23rd. This is your third house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, helpful third parties, right? And important hookups that may be coming to you through your network and through allies that you have, as well as the opportunity to attract more. The third house is an interesting spot of the astrology chart because we see a lot of interference on our behalf, especially with these two planets coming in and working over our world. This is an important time for a lot of you to be ready to follow leads, allow collaborations to happen, allow matchmaking opportunities to occur, important referrals, and again, hookups that are going on everywhere, links that are going to be guiding you down secret paths or maybe allowing you to cash in or capitalize on hot information coming down the grapevine, through the grapevine. This is going to be your month for that. You also want to pay attention to where a lot of upgrades in your life when it comes to the material quality of life as well as your work or any kind of personal pursuits or projects you have will actually be lifted up because of important third-party assistance, new contracts, new collaborations, and new, let's just say a new kind of involvement that you're going to be developing with your network. We have Mars and the Sun in the sign of Capricorn at the beginning of the month as well. This is your fourth house of home and family, your living situation, home economy, home-based business operations, and your roots. And we also have Mercury and Venus entering this part of your chart in the back half of the month. So there's a lot of activity, again, on the home front. And when we have Mars in here all month long, the biggest focus that you're going to notice is that there is the elimination of a lot of problems that have been maybe preventing you or your home environment or a home business from thriving both in a material sense and in a social sense. Because Mars comes in as an obstacle clearer. However, Mars is also a big problem solver. So this could also be a month where a lot of problems where people have been just choosing to kind of live with it, appease it, or overlook it, well, that's also going to get brought up so it can be reckoned with and dealt with as well. And that can be, of course, very good. It's very constructive. But if there are some people, whether it's family or maybe it just has to do with other social or business concerns, you might also notice that a lot of people might be a little bit perturbed or rattled by it. But this is all still for the good. Mercury and Venus here are also going to be bringing in a lot of boosts to your household economy. And the Sun is also going to bring in an opportunity for you to really transform the way that you are doing family, right? New relationship territories include family. We've got a new moon in this part of your chart on the 11th of the month. And this is going to be a time where a lot of you who have been thinking about finding a way to initiate some kind of important new beginning on the home or family front will be afforded that opportunity, whether some of you are thinking about maybe making a move, right? Making a fresh start at the beginning of the year with just changing your living situation. Or some of you may be thinking about stepping into a space where you would like to alter an economic arrangement in the household, or maybe you'd like to bring in some kind of new commitment or expansion on your home or family circumstances. This new moon is going to be the boon you are asking for. On the 20th, we've got the sun entering the sign of Aquarius, and we will also have Pluto finishing his transition into the sign of Aquarius as well. Technically, Pluto will be beginning to step over the line of the cusp as early as the 10th, but both will be completely officially in Aquarius together as of the 20th of the month. And when we have these two in Aquarius, they are working over your 5th house of love, romance, recreation, creativity, and your relationships with your kids. And so with Pluto here, there is going to be a sense of enforced progress, enforced evolution, and enforced growth, especially out of conditions that have been stuck, blocked, going in circles, or maybe even regressive in certain situations. Now, this could be a great opportunity for a lot of you who are thinking about maybe delving deeper into important relationships that you have with partners or with your kids, especially ones that may have been maybe compromised or blocked or interfered with just by old issues, or maybe things that have come up and have kind of thrown maybe a chemistry or a connection out of whack. This is also a time where a lot of you are going to find that old issues that may have followed us from the past, or old things that keep us attached from the past, are being eliminated, because Pluto is in Aquarius, enforcing progress, getting into the present and moving forward from there. And we're also seeing with the sun a lot more opportunities to bond and engage with important people related to this part of our chart, because it's allowing us the opportunity to have more fun with each other, bring in more of a wholesome simplicity, a sweetness, removing a lot of, unnecessary heaviness or any complications or difficulties. And also with the sun, attracting in opportunities to really get to be more personal and have a renewed sense of innocence come to all of our relationships as well. And this will, of course, also be very magnetic for those of you who are looking to maybe explore new relationship opportunities or attract them as we go through the back end of the month. We also have a full moon in Leo on the 25th. This is your 11th house of friendships and social networking, your community, your support system, as well as your loftiest goals and ambitions. And a full moon in the 11th house can indicate the ending or the transition away from a social affiliation, a friendship, or a community. Now, this part of the chart, most of the time, we're looking at something platonic. So the guys, the girls, your fellows, people that you may have acquaintanceships with, or maybe friends that, they're there, but there isn't really any other kind of dynamic also playing out. And with a full moon here, this can often indicate the ending of a relationship of this nature that has already been going south, so to speak, for you. It's something that has already been going downhill. And it may not be a surprise that this is actually happening. This may be a situation where this person has already been on thin ice with you. And if they're not shaping up by the time we get to this point, you may let them go. Finally, we've also got Uranus turning direct in the sign of Taurus on the 27th of the month. And this is your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, intimacy, self-employment earnings, any kind of monies you may share with partners or in partnerships, be they business partnerships or romantic partnerships, investments, and anything relating to, again, bonus income. Now, when we have Uranus turn direct here, it can get a little bit wild. This is going to be a year where you are noticing a lot of opportunities to bring in a great deal of money really, really fast, but you are going to need to mature and be disciplined about knowing how to hang on to it. Easy come, easy go. And with Uranus in the 8th house, you may be finding that there is this sort of turbulent up and down, knowing when to hold them, knowing when to fold them, knowing when to buy and sell kind of vibe going on. Pay close attention to where the lucky breaks are going to be showing up for you, but be careful not to get hooked onto the thrill of maybe investing, gambling, or leveraging too much. This can also be a great time in self-employment ventures, especially where you're noticing the landscape of the field or the vocation you're going into changing to work in your favor. And you may also find with Uranus in the 8th house that a lot of surprise opportunities to escape certain professional or financial obligations will also be showing up. Just make sure you read the fine print on those things, because, you know, some of them will be great and some of them might be a bit tricky. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.